What's going on, everyone? Tim here, and today we have a lot of Lego Zelda. I have two of the great Deku tree sets. Some may pronounce it Deku. I grew up with Deku. Also, some may say Ocarina of Time. I say Ocarina of Time. So that's going to be my lingo for the video. Also, just want to point out these are two of the same exact sets, and I use instructions just for the Breath of the Wild version for this and just the Ocarina of Time version for this model. There is extra pieces depending on which route you take, which game model you choose. So in the review, I just figured get two because I'm a huge Zelda fan. I was going to display two anyway. For the consumer of future Deku trees, what should you buy? Which version? I'll do obviously a side-by-side comparison. That's why you clicked on the video. But also, I can talk about the extra bits and pieces. This version has multiple bags you don't even use, and this version also has multiple bags you don't use as well. We'll do a close-up, show you all the buildable figures. Obviously, there's 3 links, Zelda figure, awesome, beautiful figures. They did such a good job. And fun fact, there are no stickers in this set whatsoever. All the pieces are printed, and there's a ton of printed pieces going on here between creatures, buildable characters, the Hylian shield, the Master Sword has a really good, you have to see it in person, but like a dual molded material. I'll get some B-roll so we can do like kind of a close-up so you can see it almost glows. It's magical what Lego is able to do now with all of the bits and pieces. But this is one heck of a set. So much nostalgia with this Ocarina of Time model for me. I grew up with my brother playing the game. I have the original game right on over here. I also have my old nerdy version of an Ocarina. It's not as accurate as the game model, but what the heck, it works. It plays songs. It's awesome. And of course, the Breath of the Wild game here for the Switch version, which this and along with the newer Tears of the Kingdom game is kind of the modern Zelda. So you have my nostalgia, what I grew up with Zelda, and then you have the modern iteration. So very cool that Lego and Nintendo have combined to kind of tug at my heartstrings between the new and the old for me. These are both awesome sets. Here's going to be a look at the box. Again, set number 77092, 2,500 pieces even. This will be a look at the top. The beautiful figures that you see. Of course, both Zelda logos there. The back of the box is going to be displaying the Ocarina of Time, along with your dimensions about both trees and some little features for each of the models. Starting off the minifigure roster is going to be the Ocarina of Time Young Link. Again, Lego did an incredible job with these figures. Even has a little tunic piece on the waist there. Legs are going to be a dual mold on there. Arms are going to be a dual mold. Hair piece is going to be a dual mold. Fantastic all around. These figures are all 10 out of 10 in my book. And the accessories, again, all printed pieces on there. The wooden shield from the Ocarina of Time, printed. Beautiful. Just the attention to detail of these figures is top notch. There is going to be an alternate face for this Link. It is going to be a serious, stern look, and that's going to do it with Young Link. To follow Young Link, we're going to have Adult Link from Ocarina of Time. Same game. Again, beautiful work on all the print, the Hylian shield. Awesome job. The hairpiece is actually going to be the same hairpiece that Young Link uses. So each version of the tree, you get 2 of them on there. So you get 2 of these hairpieces again, and dual molded legs. And the very cool thing is they gave an actual ocarina. I did not think Lego would do this, go the extra mile. But again, when you're paying that premium price, no stickers again listed in the set. Lego is doing some incredible things. Phenomenal figure here. And this version of Link also has a dual face, almost kind of like in his attacking position. Here is going to be the Breath of the Wild Link. in all of his printed glory as well. Again, custom printing shield done from the Breath of the Wild game. This version of his hair is actually like a metallic gold. I don't know if you can tell in the camera here, but as the light reflects off, it's almost glistening out there. Dual molded printed legs on this figure again. Arm printing, back torso printing. Again, beautiful all around. And take a look at that shield one more time. Incredible. And he also gets an alternate face. Another, well, as he falls, another attacking face per the other adult one. Here is going to be Princess Zelda from the Breath of the Wild. As you can see, she's holding a printed Sheikah slate. Dual molded everything per the other figures. Again, LEGO is going the extra mile. That's going to be a new custom molded hair piece for this figure. So all 4 figures in this set do have custom pretty much everything on them. All 10 out of 10 craftsmanship. And serious face. And the other face. Attacking face? No. It's going to be a sleeping face. Zelda does sleep. Again, not spoiling anything, but that's why that face is there. This gentleman's name is going to be Hestu, and he's from Breath of the Wild. And this is pretty accurate to what this creature character looks like in the game. And the cool thing is, with those little maracas on the side, they're actually hollowed out. And you can hear, I'll put it up to the speaker. If you heard that little jingle there, he actually, it's filled with a little stud. So it's kind of mimicking the Deku seeds in the game that you go and collect. So it's pretty cool that they put that little Easter egg in this set. So Hestu is going to be the first build in both routes, no matter which tree you take. It's going to be the first 2 or 3 bags. I can't remember exactly. But this is going to be young Link's house from the Ocarina of Time game. And it's a pretty good representation of this model, even to the curtain that you have in the window. The text is actually straight from the game. It has a secret message in there, so you guys are going to have to look it up. But it is in the language that young Link speaks in the game, and it's pretty funny. Go ahead and look up that message. I'm not going to spoil it for you guys. Over in the corner here is going to be one of the fairies in the set. If it'll focus, it's going to be Navi. Navi's the main fairy in Ocarina of Time that follows you around. Fun fact in the set, there's also going to be different color studs symbolizing, this is going to be regular Navi in blue. There's also like an attacking in yellow and a green for information. In the back, you're going to notice there's a bed, and then there's going to be a box down below. Let me open up, get out this box. There's going to be a ton of goodies inside over here in reference to the game. So you're going to have a bomb from the game. You're going to have a hook shot from the game. Really cool how they did that there. Little flower pieces almost mimicking a chain. It's going to be a little compass piece print. Pretty cool. And then last, there's going to be 2 potions. You're going to have your magic potion right here. And then you're going to have your health potion right there. And again, you get both of these in both versions of the trees. And here's where things get interesting with the set. As you can see, the Master Sword is on a pedestal. It is in a forest setting, and this setting is going to be from the Breath of the Wild. However, in both routes, again, you build this. It is going to be interesting because one is going to be a little bit more customizable here in a bit, which I'll show you. But this is going to be the first difference between both the trees. So take a look at some of the features. Again, the Master Sword gets right out of the stone there, and we're going to talk about the Master Sword for a bit and how special this is. So as we zoom in on it, hopefully it'll focus here. There we go. Look at that attention to detail on this. This thing is definitely next level. That's how they handled everything. You can put a stud right over there on it. But this is top tier Lego. Look at that design. Stunning all around. Bravo Lego did a heck of a job on this. Master Sword goes right in. And then here is going to be that first difference that I was talking about again. Same pedestal. However, this one has trees. It has a little bit more plants going on here. This is going to be exclusive to the Breath of the Wild side build, again with the extra trees on there. Because for the Ocarina one, you actually use the same leaves for that version's Deku tree. So one of the differences between both of the sets. Here is going to be the Ocarina Time Deku tree. Possibly the biggest difference between the two sets is there's two completely different trees. This tree is really bringing me back Flash from the past. Flash back from the past, I should say, as it just has that perfect silhouette of how this tree looked like in the game. So many great features, so many great Easter eggs in the set. And this thing is just beautiful in every aspect that I could ever hope for a Lego Deku tree. There's a ton of nifty Easter eggs on this guy, but overall, this display is just incredible. So happy with how it came out. I love the look of this. And this is just, again, pulling on so much nostalgia that I had for this model way back in the day. Such an incredible set. On the exterior of the tree, you see a miniature Deku sprout. You got some of the enemy, the Deku plants, that will fight you in the games. They can move, they can articulate, they can open their mouths. Very cool how they function. And you can move them around. You can place them wherever you want. Pretty cool features. There's also going to be a gossip stone in there, straight from the game. It's going to be brick built. And the eyes are actually going to be, if you can focus, they're going to be little pirate hats that they crafted for the set. It is awesome how they did that. It's going to be a mustache that you can move up and down. But by far, the single coolest feature of the set is the mouth. And there is a function in the back of the tree. You pull back, and the mouth opens exactly how it does in the game to go and enter the temple dungeon, if you will. Back on the side, these get lifted off to remove a bow and 3 colors. And what each color represents, we have fire arrow, ice arrow, and light arrow. So that's a really cool feature that LEGO decided to include in the set. As we go to the other side of the tree, you pull apart this, and 3 yellow circles. And what this is representing is, in Ocarina of Time, you'll play the Ocarina. And this is going to be one of the songs that you hear throughout the forest theme in the game. Again, awesome detail that they included there. Inside the meat and potatoes of the tree, we're going to find a torch. Again, here's the mechanism for the mouth. We can shut that right over there. And here is going to be a chest. Let's take said chest out. Let's open the chest, and an awesome printed little slingshot that you'll use in the dungeon. So what is the deal with the spider web over here? Well, there must be something hidden around. If you move this, it's going to reveal a Skulltula from the game. This is a buildable character, again, print, but fairly accurate to what you would see. I'll actually remove it. So this is going to be the Skulltula spider in all of its glory. Completely brick built. That's going to be the weak side in the game. If you're playing it, you want to spin this guy around because he is completely resistant from up front. So again, that's going to be the interior, the little mechanism. You'll then wind it back up. Wind. Then you can lock in that mechanic, and they would bring up this spider from this version of the tree. And last, the Breath of the Wild. Beautiful tree in all of its glory. Love the pink leaves on top. Love all the little trees and all the life going on with this one. And like the other tree, this tree has an interior, but it's going to be a little bit different. There is an upper room in this tree because there's not the extra branches. And the inside has a little market, has a little bed, a little area to cook in. It's got it all. And beautiful colors on this. A little bit more spacious than the Ocarina of Time tree. And the forest is a little bit more lush with everything going on. But this guy looks pretty cool in his own little forest over here. Can't go wrong with either versions of the tree, no matter which one you choose. They're both beautiful. I cannot say enough great things about how these models look. With the Breath of the Wild feature on the back, there is going to be a little mechanism to move the eyebrows and the mouth. It's simply going to be this little mechanism. You just move it up and down to move the features. Up top, we have a little Korok. We have a glowing plant that's very accurate to the game, and we have another fairy piece. So there's going to be 2 in total that come in the set. One if you build both versions of the set, and then the other one, this guy is only exclusively reading the instructions if you go ahead with the Breath of the Wild build. But obviously, you can open up all the bags and build at your own leisure. In the bottom of the tree, we have a little bit more of a homier look as opposed to the Ocarina. So we have, yet again, another Korok, and this is actually going to be one of the shops in the game. In the game, there is going to be a bunch of mushrooms that this Korok guy will actually sell you. So it's pretty accurate. There's going to be a cooking area where, again, you pick up said mushrooms, you put it in, and now you're cooking with fire. Over on this side, there's going to be a little bed. And again, Zelda has that sleeping face, so maybe Zelda can have a nap there. This tree also is going to have Easter eggs on the side. You open up this, and there is going to be a little room for a Sheikah slate. Pretty cool. Has the shrine just like how you see in the game. As we go over to the other side of the tree, this can also be removed. Once removed, we're going to have bombs and cubes from the Breath of the Wild game. Some pretty cool features. Both trees have Easter eggs referencing both games. Super cool how Nintendo decided to include that. And also really cool attention to detail. There are plants from different areas of the game in both trees. The Endura Shroom, the purple, already radish, and right next to it, we have the Hylian Shroom. And also, we're going to have plenty of silent princesses growing around in the market, the stone mushroom. There's going to be a total of 3 Koroks. So much character in all these little guys. Again, all printed beautiful pieces there. And this is going to be the Breath of the Wild's complete inclusion of what you get when you're done with the set. So we're going to have 1, 2, 3 bags exclusive to the Ocarina builds. That being said, bag 22 itself has the Skulltula, has the 2, has these plants that you can build, the Deku shrubs, and it has parts of the dungeon inside the tree. So you can actually go ahead and build a bag 22, complete extra parts. It's not going to really impede on the build, and it would actually be an accessory for this model here. And again, you're going to get that complete pedestal, beautiful with the trees. And again, both models will get both Ocarina links along with the house there. So again, you get 3 small bags with extra parts if you go with the Breath of the Wild. And this is going to be the Ocarina of Time build. Of course, you're going to get their version of the Deku tree, and we're still going to get the pedestal, a little bit less trees, and I forgot to mention, Hestu is in both versions. You do get Hestu. Of course, you get the home. However, we get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bags extra. I mean, this honestly could be around 500 plus pieces, because again, there's a lot of little leaf details here. So you're getting a lot less model, but you're getting a ton of extra pieces that I'm sure you can incorporate to make custom builds to add as accessories for this version of the tree. But again, you're going to get a lot of extra bags for this version of the Great Deku tree. So $300. There's a lot of controversy on there if this is worth the money. And for me, I'm a huge Nintendo fan. You know my answer is I'm going to love this set. Obviously, I have two of them here, so I must like Zelda. And obviously, I like Lego. The quality for this stuff is fantastic. Having printed pieces on everything, such a good move. If there were stickers for this set and it was still $300, I would probably say wait for it to go on sale. With the current price point, I would accurately say if you were just building the Ocarina of Time tree, you don't include this build. Let's say this was the set. I would guesstimate this to be maybe a $200 set. And if you're going with the Breath of the Wild side, again, taking out the Ocarina of Time build, I would guesstimate this $250 if they were to release them as standalone sets. With the extra pieces, obviously, you can make both trees. And just know, this one is going to be smaller. This one is going to be a larger, just more geometry. The trees going out. They built up more trees on the pedestal over there. And this is going to be the side build for the Breath of the Wild. And with the Ocarina of Time, the pedestal on the side is going to be the side build there. So just things to keep in mind. I adore this set. It's fantastic. Can't say better things about it. So I am on the spectrum of go and buy this guy. If you're a fan of Zelda, put it on your birthday list. Put it on your Christmas list. I love it. I'm going to display it. This Ocarina, and I grew up playing it with my family, my brother, a ton. I'm actually going to put it on display over here for future videos. This is just so iconic in my life. Very special. These games have so many memories that I truly love and adore. So yeah, that's gonna be it for the review, guys. I really like this one. Let me know in the comments if you're gonna pick up the trees and which version are you gonna display. But that's it for my review. Peace.